Seems to be a lot going on here in this number 19. Here's what we know, though. Some amount of electricity cost $282 back in 1990. So in 1990, well, now we're given the CPI. And the CPI is the Consumer Price Index, CPI, Consumer Price Index. So we know that in 1990, the Consumer Price Index was 144.2. And at that time, electricity costs this much. Some amount of electricity was that much. Now, what we would like to know is, how much would that same amount of electricity cost in 1992? Well, in 1992, we know that the CPI was 168.5. So what we need to do is make this comparison. This is to this, as this is to this, and this is to our price in 1992. Now we're given some information here. We know that the price in year A is to the index in year A. A is just some year. So the price in some year is the index in that year, as the price is to another year as the index is to another year. Now what we want is the price in 92. So why don't we write this? Why don't we call that X? So X will be the price in 1992. And what do we have then? Now let's look at what we have. The price is relative to the index. So in 92, the index was 168.8. So the price in 92 is to the index, 168.8, as the price back in year B, which was 1990, right? Back in 1990, the index was 144.2. So in 1990, the price in, well, what was the price in 1990? The price in 1990 was 282, and the index back then was 144.2. So there's our proportion, and we can solve this using our method of cross multiply. So let's see, what are we going to get here? We'll get 144.2x equals 168.8 times 282. So on my trusty calculator, I'm going to get 168.8 times 282. So that gives me 144.2x equals, now I got 47601.6, and now I'm going to divide by this 144.2 over here. I'm going to get x equals 47601.6 divided by 144.2. So let me divide that by 144.2, and I got this. X is equal to 330, and I'll round up to 0.11. Now, what is this X? What is this X? Follow it all the way back. That was the price in 168 was 1992. This was the price in 92. So we got our price in 92. What we're being asked is, how much would it have cost in 1992? So the answer is not X equals this, but rather the answer is $330.11.